Someone asked me a question the other day that stopped me in my tracks. She was like, Sammy, why does setting my money goals feel so exciting, so expansive, and full of possibility, but the moment I start to work on them, they feel so heavy, overwhelming, and almost impossible to actually hit? And maybe that sounds familiar. The dopamine hit of writing a 50K month in your journal, the daydream of what that reality actually looks like and feels like, it's pure creative energy, right? And then Monday morning comes and you look at your to-do list and weight just settles in your chest. The goal that felt like a beautiful dream now feels like a burden that you have to carry on your own. Most people assume that the problem is in their strategy. They think, oh, I need a better marketing plan, or oh, I just need to work harder, or maybe my goal is just too big, or maybe I'm just too much. But the answer really has nothing to do with your strategy. The gap between the excitement of the vision and the heaviness of the execution is not a strategy problem. It's the conflict between two different parts of your mind and body that are operating on completely different timelines and with completely different jobs. So over the next few minutes, we are going to make this conflict visible, and I'll show you how to get started in getting your entire system working in its own harmony. Let's start with the part that sets the goal. This is your conscious mind. I want you to think of your conscious mind as a brilliant architect. The architect's job is to dream. It lives in the realm of pure potential, and it can sit down with a blank piece of paper and design the most magnificent skyscraper imaginable. It can see the floor to ceiling windows, the stunning views, and the state-of-the-art amenities. When you are setting your goals, you are your own architect mind. It is a creative, future-focused process, and it feels so good because at this stage, there are no limitations. There is no budget, there is no gravity, there's no building codes. It's just a pure, unlimited vision with a space of infinite possibility, and your brain rewards you with a hit of dopamine for this expansive creative thinking. And this is why it feels so exciting. You are designing a masterpiece with no constraints. This part of the process is beautiful and very necessary. And you need the blueprint, but the architect's job ends once the plans are drawn. The architect doesn't know how to pour the concrete or weld the steel. For that, it has to hand the plans over to the other team. So now this is where the heaviness comes in. The architect hands the skyscraper blueprints over to your subconscious mind, which I want you to imagine as the construction crew. So the construction crew is practical. They don't operate in the future. They operate in the present based on past experience. When they get the plans for the skyscraper, their foreman looks at them and says, whoa, okay, let's see. All we've ever built are two-story houses. We don't have the tools. We don't have the training. We don't have the materials for this. And the last time we tried to add a third story, the foundation cracked, and that was a complete disaster. Your subconscious, which is your inner construction crew, is referencing every past piece of evidence that it has. Every failed launch, every month you didn't hit your goal, every time you burned out trying to push harder. It looks at the goal of a 50K month and says, but we only have evidence for 10K months. This plan is not realistic based on our known resources. But it gets deeper. On that construction site, there's also a nervous system which acts as the site safety inspector. The safety inspector's only job is to prevent a catastrophe. It's the oldest, most primal part of your operating system. It doesn't care about the beautiful vision. It only cares about survival. When it sees the plans for a skyscraper, it doesn't see opportunity. It sees the risk. Risk and failure is, what if we try and it all comes crashing down? The shame would be unbearable. The risk of visibility is, a building that tall will be seen by everyone. It will be a target for criticism, for judgment. The risk of capacity is building this will require an unprecedented amount of energy. It could deplete all our resources and lead to burnout and collapse. And how does the safety inspector stop a project it deems unsafe? It doesn't use logic. It floods the construction site. It cuts the power. It creates a thick fog. This is the physical feeling of heaviness. Procrastination, brain fog, sudden fatigue, overwhelm, self-doubt, perfectionism, da-da-da-da-da. I could go on and on. These aren't character flaws. They are physiological shutdown strategies deployed by your nervous system to stop you from doing something it perceives as dangerous. The heaviness is a somatic signal from your inner safety inspector screaming, "Stop. This is not safe." So you can't fire the crew and you can't ignore the safety inspector. The only solution is to retrain them. You have to give them an experience of the new reality that feels safe before it fully arrived. So here are two powerful ways to begin this retraining process. First, you need to speak the construction crew's language. The subconscious doesn't learn from words on a page. It learns from repeated, felt experiences. So I want you to try this. Close your eyes and bring up your big money goal. Instead of visualizing the things it will buy you, I want you to access the feeling state of the version of you who has already achieved it. What is the dominant feeling in her body? Is it a deep sense of calm? A grounded feeling of certainty in your solar plexus? A feeling of relaxed expansion in your chest? Find that physical sensation. Breathe into it for 50 seconds. Feel free to pause this video. Okay, welcome back. This is a somatic blueprint. You are giving your subconscious crew the felt experience of the completed project. By doing this consistently, you are building a new library of evidence that this new reality is not just possible, but also familiar. Second, you need to reassure the safety inspector. The nervous system learns through small, successful, safe steps. Look at your big, unsafe goal and ask yourself, what is the smallest, safest next step I can take that feels like a 1 out of 10 on the scary scale? Maybe it's not sign 5 new clients. Maybe it's send 1 email to a past client, just checking in. When you take that tiny step and nothing bad happens, your safety inspector makes a note. Okay, that was safe. You are creating a new paper trail of evidence that proves that moving toward this goal does not equal danger. You are gently and respectfully expanding your nervous system's capacity for more. For years, you may have been blaming your strategy or your work ethic when in reality, your system has been doing exactly what it was designed to do. Protect you based on past information. The heaviness you feel is not a sign that your dream is impossible. It's a sign that your subconscious crew and your nervous system's safety protocols need an upgrade to match the vision of your inner architect. The practices I just shared are how you begin that upgrade process yourself. But if you're ready to stop the slow work and instead facilitate a full system overhaul in one transformative session, this is the core of what we do in my Rewired process. If you're ready for the process of achieving your goals to feel just as exciting and expansive as the process of setting them, comment the word Rewired and I will send you the link for more info. It's time to get your entire team on board. Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you in the next one.